We are live. Let's get ready to podcast.
Fire it up.
Welcome back in. I'm your host, Tom Quiet, and we've got our special guest, Layla Rose, joining us. How's it going today?
It's going good. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. It's winter time here, and so it's a little unnecessarily cold, but it's all good. So
Yeah.
So how's everything going with you? You're back home in Gibraltar. How's everything going there?
It's going pretty good. Yeah, I've been here for the last 3 weeks, and I'm coming up on almost my last week. So I'm gonna have been here a whole month. So it's super fun, but it's kind of weird being out of the Nashville hustle and bustle for such a long time.
Right. Fair. Was it hard for your body to reacclimate to the time? Because what's the time difference? 6 hours, 7?
7 hours ahead. So we're 7 hours ahead over here. Yeah. It took me about a week, almost a week, for my body to get used to the travel, like time difference and stuff, time zone difference.
Now, do you find it easier to acclimate going back to Nashville, or was it easier to acclimate once you got back home?
It's usually easier going back to Nashville because, when I get to Nashville, because of the time zone difference, I fall asleep super early and then wake up super early, which I prefer over when I come over here to Gibraltar, I go to sleep super late and wake up super late, which makes it worse.
Yeah, fair, very fair. So have you had a chance to play any music since you've been back home, or has it kind of just been pure vacation?
Yeah, I actually had the chance of, I played a singer-songwriter competition in Gibraltar, which is our national local singer-songwriter competition. And I actually placed third, which was super fun. Got to play with some old friends that I hadn't seen in a while. And then I sang live on the Gibraltar local radio station on Friday. Yeah, on Friday. So that was super fun.
Yeah, that was the photo that I saw, and I was like, oh, literally as I was logging on, I was just kind of scrolling through your Instagram page, and I was like, dang it, I think she's back home. I think it's 2 o'clock in the morning or whatever it is. And
yeah.
So, but glad you were down to do this and sit down and chat a little bit. So, how does it feel to be back home? Was it hard leaving home to go to Nashville, or was Nashville always kind of the dream, and it's now you feel like you're at home in Nashville?
So both, honestly. Nashville definitely feels like home now. I feel like I have two homes, which is a blessing and a curse at the same time. But when I first moved to Nashville, it took me a good 6 months to settle in, and not be homesick every day. And then a year till I was fully used to living so far away from home.
Yeah. And how long have you been in Nashville now?
It's been 3.5 years.
Oh, wow. So you moved there pretty much right towards the tail end of the pandemic, right?
Yeah. So it was August 2021, which was, just at the end.
Yeah. So was it did you decide to move there for school or solely to pursue music?
Both. So I go to school at MTSU, which is in Murfreesboro, and I study music business. And I'm also doing the whole music thing. So it was honestly a combination of both, because I did want to learn a lot about the music industry, as well as being on the artist side, kind of know the industry that I'm getting in a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure. Your MTSU is starting to, or maybe it's always had a really good music program, but the more musicians I interview, especially ones that are living in and around Nashville, a lot of them are coming out of MTSU versus Belmont, where, that would be where a lot of the obvious ones would go,
Right.
And so I don't know what's going on with MTSU, but they must be doing something right. So
yeah, they've got really cool programs. I've heard that audio production program is really good too.
Nice. And so how long would you say you've been, I guess, pursuing music or playing music professionally?
Professionally, in terms of making money, since I was 12.
Okay.
But I'm very lucky that in Gibraltar, I had a lot of playing opportunities growing up. Maybe that wouldn't have been the case if I'd grown up somewhere else, um, just because of how small the country is. And also there weren't many people doing country music, so that kind of differentiated me
Yeah.
a little bit from other people trying to book shows. But yeah, pretty much since I was 12. But I've been playing and singing since I could talk.
Nice. And has it always been like doing your own like originals or doing your own music, or were you a part of like school programs like a choir or a school band or stuff like that?
No, I always did my own music. I'm lucky enough that my dad is a musician. So hence the dobro behind me.
Yeah.
So I grew up in a very musical household and I started writing. I think I wrote my first song when I was 5. It was about
Nice.
fairies. So very different from my style now. But no, I actually wasn't a fan of school programs because I just wanted to sing country music. And obviously a school in Gibraltar wasn't really up for that.
Fair.
So
Fair, fair.
I like to
What,
do my own stuff.
yeah. What was it about country music that just kind of spoke to you?
I think a lot of it was the instrumentation and the storytelling.
Nice.
Like I got into country because I was a Swiftie as a kid when Taylor Swift was doing like her country stuff, and then
Yeah.
from her I branched out into like Miranda Lambert, Eric Church, then like Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson.
Mm.
So I think it was something between banjos and storylines that that drew me to
Nice.
country.
And then I'm guessing that's kind of what stemmed the interest in Nashville was your love for country music. And
Mhm.
obviously, I feel like country music, it's either Texas or Nashville, for the
Yeah,
most part.
exactly.
Yeah.
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 And like I had heard like how Taylor Swift moved to Nashville as a kid and then
Mhm.
I think because of that that became like my biggest goal and then like the more I listened to country the more I realized that if I wanted to um like make country music professionally I would have to move to Nashville eventually.
Yeah. Fair. Very fair. So I know as far as like release wise, you released a song a few months ago. What's the story behind this song and what's it called?
So my most recent single was When You're Wasted. It's pretty much about when a guy only calls you up on a Friday night and ignores you throughout the rest of the week because he's been drinking. And I wrote this song. This one's actually one of my favorite songs I've written. And it was surprisingly like one of the fastest songs I've written in the last year, just because it was kind of a song that I like word vomited out. It was like a 30, 40 minute long writing session. And I had my friend knocking on the door trying to get in my house and it was February, so it was kind of cold, but I couldn't like put the pen down because I knew the second I put the pen down, I was gonna lose my trail of thought. So eventually I let him in, but
Fair,
but I wasn't very good. I wasn't a very good friend, but I made the sacrifice for my writing.
fair. It's a good song. I really enjoy it. Is it
Thank you.
how long was like the entire process? Was it a long time for you to write the song, or was it? You said it was relatively quick, though, right?
Yeah, so like writing the song was like a 30, 40 minute long process,
Mhm.
but then getting the song recorded and
Yeah,
mixed took a good amount of time.
fair. And so, obviously, stemming off the success of this song, where do you kind of find yourself now? Are you back writing? Are you recording? Where are you kind of at creatively?
So I'm in the mixing process of some projects I'm working on. I have an announcement coming in a couple of weeks, which I'm excited about. And yeah, just got most of my release plans for 2025 are down. So I'm writing a lot now. Well, I'm planning on writing a lot. I've taken the week off of writing, um, not just naturally. But yeah, but mostly on the writing side at the moment and in the mixing process.
For sure. You got to enjoy your downtime while you can,
Mhm.
especially using. I feel like a lot of people use the holidays as that time of like, okay, I'm going to slow down a little bit and just kind of enjoy things. So
Yeah, exactly.
nice. So what's the plan once you get back to Nashville? Are you jumping right back into shows, or what's kind of the plan there?
Yeah, I've got some shows booked that I'm excited about. All writers rounds in Nashville, a couple in Franklin, and then as well as co-writing as well as playing the writers rounds and just getting back into the Nashville songwriting scene pretty much.
Nice, nice, nice. Luckily, the scene's been kind of on chill mode since because of the holidays, so it should be a seamless transition, and yeah, it'll be cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so kind of looking forward, is that kind of your focus right now, is as far as shows, is like the writers rounds and stuff like that, or do you hope to kind of get out a little bit more in 2025 outside of Nashville and play like bar venues or stuff like that?
Yeah, so once I graduate from college, I want to start branching out and playing more bar venues and stuff. But right now, I'm kind of juggling being a full-time student, working, and being a writer, performing. So like, I'm focusing mainly on writers' rounds now, meet as many songwriters as I can, keep meeting, as because that's a great way to meet writers and a very
Yeah.
quick way to meet writers. Um, and then yeah, once I graduate from college and I have more time, which will be in May, so it'll be
Mhm.
pretty soon,
Yep.
then I'm going to try branching out and playing more places and try and get out of state too.
Nice. I was just going to ask when you graduated, but no, May, that actually makes sense because you said you'd been there 3.5 years. So just kind of process of elimination there, you know?
Yeah.
So that's awesome. But I really appreciate you taking the time to sit down and chat with us. If anybody wants to check out your music, shows, or just kind of anything you've got going on, where's the best place to find you?
Instagram, TikTok, at Layla Rose Music. And then I've got my website at laylarosemusic.info. And yeah, that's where you can find most of my information. Thank you for
Nice.
having me.
Yeah, absolutely. It is an absolute pleasure sitting down to chat with you, and thank you so much. We'll have to connect when I'm out in Nashville in February, so we'll talk about that down line and all that fun stuff. But
Awesome.
yeah, for sure. Once again, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and we'll be back here in just a little bit. Thank you so much for joining us on today's episode of Live and Amplified's Indie Fusion podcast. If you'd like to support anything Live and Amplified does, please follow us on all of our social media platforms at Live, the letter N, Amplified. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, Threads, any of them, all of them, at Live, the letter N, Amplified. And if you would like to buy any official Live and Amplified merch, you can do so at our merch shop, link in the description below. Once again, thank you all. Have a great day.